You probably have no idea what I'm on about. I'm not sure I get it myself. It's not that odd for kids to look androgynous at this age though. And the uniform he's changed into is definitely a boy's. Okay, so yeah, Haruto is the given name and Aoi is the family name. So yeah, I think it's a good start so far from what I see of this visual novel. And yeah, it's actually quite enjoyable. I think, no offense, but I think so far the story of this visual novel is much more enjoyable than the original Grisaia series. I mean, in terms of the beginning, in terms of the beginning. Yeah, so yeah, look forward to reading more of this. So yeah. The students here are 80% female. With that in mind, it's pretty much inevitable that people will make that mistake. Oh, that's Haruto speaking, yes. My hair is long and annoying, and it refuses to dry properly when I get it wet too. I have been thinking about cutting it, but I couldn't get permission for that. Huh? Why don't you have permission to cut your hair? That's funny. I mean, men are supposed to keep short hair, right? So why don't you have the permission to cut your hair? Yeah. Well, it's not as though the school has rules against it. Well then, let's start with the toilets. Why do we have to start with the toilets? Like, really? Why the toilets all of a sudden? It's a pain to ask when you actually need to go, right? Having said that, there are a total of 12 toilets, 4 on each floor of the school main house, so I thought I might need to show you where they all are. Do you have anywhere you'd like to go? I see. Then how about we just walk around for a bit? Okay, so walk around. Haruto-kun, was it? For some reason, I don't feel like we're on the same page. He's in uniform, so he must be a student. Yeah, at first I thought... I think... well, he's definitely a student, but at first I thought he's a sensei or what, yeah, teacher, but okay, he's a student. But what on earth was he doing alone with the principal during lesson hours? Well, sparring? Could it be that he's special in some way? Turn left on the path there to get to the courtyard. If you go right from there, you'll see the rose garden. Yeah, the school's former principal was really fond of roses. Oh yeah, that she is. Though apparently, she never got to see the garden in its finished state. Do you want to go see them? Well, although she can always come back again, right? You said you was taking me on a tour of the school. So why bring up the rose garden? Well, like she said, it's something that the former principal likes. So it's good that you know the history a bit here and there. Usually you start by introducing all the places that are most relevant to the post, like the staff room. Oh right, well each member of staff has their own office. There isn't a staff room or anything like that here. Yeah, there we go, that answers your question. What's the matter? Tohka shimashita ka? Don't worry about it, I'm just guessing, You weren't interested in the rose garden. Or rather, you were just looking down at your feet the whole time. Which means that you're concerned about the job, first and foremost. You're the teacher though, you have to show an example to your students, Arisaka. You're new to this place, and there's kind of a strange vibe here, right? It's not hard to guess. He's right. This is supposed to be an academy, but the atmosphere here is nothing like that of your average educational institution. Yeah, it looks like a very prestigious one, and all that for just Now it's just 5 students, including Haruto. I can't quite put my finger on it though. If I had to point to something, I would note that there's none of the chaos you expect of the school. None of the laxness that comes of a rabble of hormonal students congregating together. The fact that there isn't any litter anywhere isn't too unusual, I guess. But what's really unnerving is the absence of any sign that students have even set foot here. If you enter the home of a young family, you tend to notice some evidence that shouldn't have been there the moment you walk in. I feel none of that here. Pretty much. Do I do get special treatment? Yeah, there we go. Pretty much? What does he mean by that? The less at ease I feel about my surroundings, the less sure I am of the person standing in front of me. His appearance doesn't give me the slightest clue as to what kind of person he is. Yeah, I'm curious about him too. And I feel like he's locked onto that apprehension of mine. Like he's seen right through me. Haha, my old classmates often tell me I'm a total asshole. My anxiety's been piling up gradually, like layers and layers of dust, but he blows it all away with that one line. Should I take that to mean he's kind? Or cunning? Well, he's a smart guy, alright. Their inability to read him properly is what was really bothering me. But perhaps we are on the same page after all. It could just be that our minds operate at different speeds. How did you hear about Mihama Academy, Arisaka-san?
そうですね。就職を希望しておきながら、実のところパンフレットで得られる以上の情報は知りません。
Ah, okay.
学園法人美浜学園、幼小中高一貫の学園システムで、一度入学すればよほどのことがない限りはエスカレーター。
Oh, that advanced.
ただし入学には一定条件を満たさなければならず、条件を満たしていたとしても学園関係者による複数の紹介や推薦がなければ入学が認められないとか。
Haha, we sound like a bunch of fat cat loan sharks, don't we?
どちらかといえば秘密結社のような。
Oh, you're actually onto something there.
すみません。
I'm just trying to decide how much to tell you, since you haven't been officially hired yet. But you're right about that much, Arisaka-san. There are currently 148 students enrolled at Mihama Academy. Oh, now there are 148 students. Okay, I thought like there were only 5 of them. I know when the academy started there were only 6, right? Okay, now there are 148, alright? That slight chill you feel walking these school grounds also has to do with the disparity between the size of the place and the actual student population. We do work hard to run it like a normal school, but no matter how hard we try, some abnormalities are always going to peek through. Well, unless you hire more students, if you can afford it.
普通の学園とは違うというと、例えばどんな部分で？
Like the way they talk and the way they act. That's a tough one. It might be quicker for me to list off all our similarities to a normal school instead. Well, how about dissections, for example? We normally use frogs or pigs, but about twice a year we get to dissect corpses in class. Corpses? Corpses? Like human corpses? You don't often hear about that happening in other schools, do you?
過分にしてというか、初耳です。どういう学校なんですか？
Yeah, it's also secretly a assassination school. I mean, they're a bit special. In fact, what do you think of when you hear the word special? Well, special school can be like for the disabled, you know. Yeah, but in this case, it's a different case.
そうですね。特殊文字、特殊相対性理論、特殊部隊。
Oh, by the way, these characters is not referring to the characters as in the persons, but rather words. So it's like special words. Yeah, special words, special relativity, special ops. Oh.
なんです？いきなり。
I didn't think you'd come out with special ops, Arisaka-san, because she hit the jackpot!
いえ、ただ単に言葉を羅列した中に含まれていたというだけで深い意味は
But that's what we are. Oh, there we go. Most of the kids who graduate from here will probably find jobs in Ichigaya or Akasaka.
市ヶ谷赤坂
Oh, you don't know them? Yeah. Now, where was I? Oh, right. Arisaka-san, do you know of an organization called CIIS? SUS.
SARS ですか
Yeah, SUS. Maybe you're familiar with us as the third arm of the law? You know, we get mentioned on the news whenever there's a hijacking incident or something.
警察の特殊部隊とかでしょうか
We're funded separately from the other special assault teams, and our parent organization is different too. But I doubt most civilians take note of that sort of thing. To put it simply, we carry out jobs that neither the police nor the self-defense force can do.
警察や自衛隊にはできない仕事
And they don't have any complaints about that arrangement. Besides, since the Seitochi Sea Jack incident, the SAT and SDF have been instructed never to open fire under any circumstances, even to this day. In fact, Japan's one of the few countries that often manages to return from battle without having fired a single shot. That's amazing enough in itself, but we can't be that lucky all the time. At least, not without someone else pulling the strings. The organization they caught when they wanted someone snuffed out from the shadows. That was us.
だったとは
Was. We did well to stay out of the spotlight back in the day, but a few years back there was this high-profile case that not even us could keep covered up. There were news reports at the time of this offshore terrorist incident. Hear about that one?
ごめんなさいあまり詳しくなくて
No, it's okay. That's normal. Anyway, a bunch of stuff happened, and eventually they couldn't keep SUS hidden from the public any longer, so the organizations had to undergo a complete makeover. You could say we're a new group that takes advantage of legal loopholes, the same way that low alcohol beer is intended to escape excise duties. The media calls us the third arm of the law because our precise legal status is so ill-defined. And that's all the power SUS underwent a total reform and became a new kind of law enforcement agency. To make sure that it wasn't just the same operation under different guys, they had a big reshuffle of the top brass too. With the old management poised to turn against the state after their dismissal, a lot of former SUS people were given teaching positions at training facilities instead. Basically, Mihama Academy is a drifters hangout, made by one bunch of shitty grown-ups for another bunch of shitty grown-ups. And as a former SUS agent myself, I'm part of that same giant column of shit. Oh well, okay. Sorry, I shouldn't use vulgar language like that in the ladies' presence.
いえ
Not to mention your future homeroom teacher. Well, I ended up talking about a whole lot of useless crap. But if I had to sum up Mihama Academy in just a few words, I would say we're a school of assassins, yeah.
殺し屋学園
Yeah. I guess they also learn about the art of assassination, right? We're definitely not fighting for justice here. So in that sense, it's the perfect moniker for Mihama. Ask the principal if you want to know more. It's almost time for your interview. Shall we make our way to our office?
はい
Alright. Even after that long explanation, I still don't get what SUS is. It's not that SUS, no, Arisaka. But anyway, to tell the truth, I certainly remember hearing the name a lot on the news, but I never took any special notice of it. Which isn't to say I've been blocking that information out. That's just how the average person tends to view these things. You may have heard of the thing, but you don't really know what kind of organization it is, and you're not too interested in finding out either. It's the same with the self-defense force, for example. Even if most people understand that it's there to protect people and their property in times of emergency, not many people have any clue what it does during peacetime. It's normal to suppose that it simply carries out military training, or something to that effect. His explanation didn't tell me anything really, and hearing him describe it all in so much detail just made it that much clearer how little I understand. Even I don't know much at this point though, I've clearly found myself in a pretty extraordinary place. Oh yeah. Principal Sengoku, I've got Arisaka-san here. Alright, coming in.
やあ、よく来てくれた。歓迎しよう。
Yeah, warm welcome with the way you're dressed. Are you in your bikini? No, you're not. There's something wrapped over your bikini. But still. Okay, to dress provocatively for your interview.
すみません。
Why you embarrass Arisaka? You're a girl yourself, you know. Yeah, I knew you should do that. Okay, so you're...
君は本当に可愛げがないな。
this isn't just any bikini. It's a... what you call that? Brassiere. Or whatever you call it. She's still in her underwear. I certainly can be. If that's what you prefer.
よしてくれ、今さら。気持ち悪い。
Prefer, okay.
服を着てください。
Come on, Arisaka. Are you seriously embarrassed? Or maybe because there's a boy right here.
見ろ、葵。これが普通の反応ってやつだ。
Okay. Norma? Who are you to decide that? Yeah, you know, this is normal. You know, this is normal.
君は本当に可愛くないな。
You have 10 seconds. Go put something on. This principal is really something. She's definitely unlike the previous principal.
そう言葉短く世にもめんどくさそうに言うもんじゃないよ。私だって傷つく。
Sorry about that. She often puts this sort of pangs when newbies come by. Please don't let it get to you.
いえ、私もどう反応していいか。すみません。
There's no need to get so nervous interviewing at the school with that kind of principal.
おーい、聞こえてるぞ。
How about you show some remorse then?
有坂くんが無駄に緊張しないようにという心遣いじゃないか。シャワーを浴びた後、君たちが部屋に来るまでずーっとこの格好で待っていた私の苦労を何だと思っているのかね。
You could have get yourself dressed up in the shower. I mean, after your shower, in the bathroom. At your age, putting any effort into that kind of thing is pretty unseemly.
有坂くん、君から見て私はいくつぐらいに見えるかね。
Oh, if you ask me to guess, well, if I have to guess, you're about in your 40s. I don't know. Maybe in your 30s. I don't know. Oh, you see?
40歳ぐらいでしょうか。
See, I read Arisaka's mind.
君はクビだ。今すぐ帰りたまえ。すみません、すみません。
See?
そうそう、その顔が見たかったんだ。帰れというのはもちろん冗談だよ。
You see, even her working attire is so provocative. I don't know. And it's such bad taste.
人聞きの悪いこと言うなよ。意図的な印象操作はやめてもらおうか。それで、葵、君は有坂くんにどこまで説明したんだ？
Well, I told her everything, I guess. I just give her a general view, none of the details yet.
その割には随分と遅かったな。
Sorry, we were checking out the bed in the nurse office. What? What do you mean by that, Aoi?
おい、君の冗談は悪趣味だぞ。
気をつけたまえ。
Haruto. I wonder where I picked that up.
まあいい。葵から聞いたとは思うが、我が美浜学園は少しばかり特殊だ。
Yeah.
の話は
Special indeed.
はい、概要ですが聞かせていただきました。
まあどのように説明されたのかは知る由もないが、どうせ葵のことだ。クソだのゴミだのと口汚い言葉を交えて説明されたことだろう。
Expletives? Okay.
多少の誇張もあろうが、その説明を否定する気もないし、おおむね合っている。
Oh, by the way, I like how the translator actually, translates her to say things like here an and apostrophe, then nothing, and then n. So making her seem like she's, taking shortcuts when it comes to talking, I'm saying.
SARS という組織における非人道的な素性については、ここで働くようになれば嫌でも耳にするようになるだろうし、この場は割愛させてもらうが、要はこの美浜学園というのは SARS の下請け会社であり、民間の人材育成機関というわけだ。うちの卒業生の大半は SARS やそれに準ずる法執行機関に就職する。
So we can see that, this school has really upgraded from last time, because last time I think it's just this institution is just a school institution, but right now it has become a training facility, like Sengoku said, to train students so that when they graduate they'll join SUS, or some other law enforcement agency.
職業訓練校ということでしょうか。
そういう側面もあるという話だよ。有坂くん、君タバコは？
That's pretty sudden. Oh, and do you see what I see over here? Anyway.
すみません、すいません。
Oh, you're not your cup of tea, alright?
韻を踏んだのかい？面白いね。いいさ、ならば私も遠慮しよう。あいにくと秘書が席を外していて、コーヒーも出ないしね。
Oh, so who's going to prepare the coffee? You? Shall I make you some?
やめてくれ。男の入れたコーヒーなんてぬるいビール以下だ。
How rude!
そんなものを飲まされた日には、ただでさえ貴重な私の脳細胞が10万単位で死亡してしまうよ。
My God. It's really. Hey, さ。
わかってる。手短にだろう。タバコもコーヒーもないのに、私も長話をする気はないよ。
Well, I just want to say again that this principle is definitely 100% contrast from the previous principal. Yeah, totally different. She's the gangster.
SARS で働くための人材の育成や元 SARS の職員の天下り先というのはあくまでも建前だ。実際のところは他に行き場のない若者の受け入れ先としての意味の方が大きい。
Yeah, dumping ground. That's been the case since the original Grisaia series too. Oh yeah, and for those who didn't know, the Eden of Grisaia has just been out today, so if you want to buy it, yeah, go ahead and buy it on Steam right now. Just saying.
行き場のない若者ですか？
例えばそう。何らかの過失で人を殺してしまった子供がいたとする。当人も十分に反省しているし、しかるべき施設で罪も償った。
Okay.
しかし世間はそんな子供を何のわだかまりもなく温かく迎え入れてくれるかね。
Makes sense.
難しいでしょうね。
中には上手に人生をやり直せる子もいるが、そんな子は決して多くはないのが実情だし、それゆえに何度も同じ過ちを繰り返してしまう子も多い。
Yeah.
そういう子たちはどこへ行けばいい？答えはここ、美浜学園だ。
I think I know why I ended up at this school. Why I end up here after being rejected by dozens of other places.
アリサカ君、君家族は？
Anyway, I also like the fact that we're actually in Arisaka's perspective, but the character that is voiceless is basically Haruto, but we are not in Haruto's perspective right now, so
はい。母が一人。
oh,
父親が再婚でもしない限り普通は一人だな。
okay.
私の母は服役中です。
In jail? Oh no.
もちろん君の事情は知っている。もう気づいているとは思うが、君がこの学園にたどり着いた理由はそれだ。
So wait, this school doesn't just apply to students, but also to teachers? Okay.
そうですか。
この際だ、はっきり言っておこう。この学園にはまともなやつなんて一人もいない。在学生の半数以上が何らかの犯罪関係者だ。それでもここで働くかね。今決めてくれ。
So I guess the way she puts it, this is sort of like a prison school. Yeah, I mean, it was mentioned that this place looks like a prison, and now she further emphasizes that this is a prison school. Yeah, of sorts. I have to decide now? Like, right this moment? Now? Well, when else are you gonna decide?
この件は一度持ち帰って上司と検討とか。
Your boss? You're still working.
上司って誰だい？そもそも持ち帰ってどうする？
Yeah. Oh, someone's
ダ
knocking.
メだ。今すぐ決めたまえ。この場で。
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna get fired, really.
はい。
What's this? What was this sudden thought? Okay, Kimeru. This, alright. So that means it's like do or die. Because if she doesn't decide now, she's gonna end up a beggar. And all the cats crowd over her. Okay. Why am I deciding again? Nano Kimeru? Shigoto. Soda. Shigoto da. I need work. I'm out of money. I don't have much left in my bank account. And about half of it needs to go towards this month's rent. Oh, bimbo. Poor. But if money is the issue, can't I just get another part-time job? It ain't gonna feed you in the long run. Would I even be able to find a part-time job that quickly? Would they even hire me?
おい見ろ葵、この子面白いぞ。目の中のぐるぐるが一個多い。
Yeah, can see that. You're being kind of mean again. Why don't you just give her a bit longer?
この世の中、大事なことほど決断の時間に余裕がないものだよ。踏み出すも運命、退くも勇気ってやつだ。
Yeah, that is true. Anyway, this school is also a assassination school, right? So when it comes to assassinating someone, yeah, you can't just delay that. You can't delay. You have to take action straight away.
そもそも人の顔色を伺ってどうしましょうなんてやつが務まる職場じゃないよ。
Yeah, makes sense. Hush. That approach isn't gonna wash with young people these days.
おいおい、私がなんで学校の先生なんてやっていると思う？その今時の子って生き物にやばい、うざい、キモい以外の言葉を教えるためだ。
I love how the translator used YOLO, law, and what the F to replace this yabai, uzai, and himoi. Nice one, nice translation right there. Whoa, WTF, bro?
お前ぶっ飛ばすよ。
What the?
で、有坂くん、君はどうする？いや、どうしたい？それぐらいは自分で決められるだろ
私は
Yeah, why did you even come for this interview in the first place, Arisaka? Oh. I want a job. 仕事が欲しい。お金が欲しい。生きていく力が欲しい。生きていることを許して欲しい。
私は他に行き場所がありません。
うん、それは君だけじゃない。ここにいるみんながそうだ。有坂くん、君何か趣味はあるかね？
趣味、ホビーさ。
趣味ですか？
テニス、ゴルフ、囲碁、将棋、相撲観戦や釣り、モンスタートラック。なんでもいい。
Monster truck? What kind of hobby is a monster truck?
モンスタートラック？
Seriously, someone actually drives monster trucks as a hobby. I mean, as a competition, yes, but hobby. You can ignore that last one.
趣味ってやつはね、維持継続するのに並々ならぬエネルギーを消費する。
Burning off excess energy.
一つの趣味に対して瞬間的な熱に浮かされて、いわゆるハマることがあっても長続きしないですぐに冷めてしまうことも。
That depends on what kind of hobby. Like if you love to play games, I don't think you'll get burned out that easily.
趣味ってのは他人と分かち合うことで長く燃焼させることができるんだ。
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
要はどうだすげえだろって言える相手や、なるほどそういうのもありだなという自分にはなかった観点や価値観の交換をする相手が必要ってことだ。
Yeah, I guess I know what you mean because it's like if you just do this hobby on your own but you don't get to share your interests with the others, you don't have someone else who shares the same interests as you, you're gonna get bored eventually, you know. So it's always fun to have friends, share your interests with friends.
は
あ、何の話か分かんないだろう。でもね、何事でもそうなんだよ。
はい。
仕事だってそうだ。頑張ってる私を誰も分かってくれないとか、みんな適当で頑張ってるのは私だけなんて状況で働いても長続きなんかしない。
Yeah, Sengoku's making a lot of sense, you know. Like if you're just doing it on your own, you feel like you're doing it on your own, you feel pointless, like why am I even doing this, you know?
同じ場所から同じものを見て、同じ熱量を持って意見を分かち合えることが重要だ。そもそも仕事や趣味に対しての熱量が違えば言葉すらも通じないのが普通だ。理解してもらえないってのは腹が減ることの次に辛いものだよ。
ここなら私を理解してもらえると？
そうは言わんよ。もちろん努力は必要だ。ここは保健室で積み木遊びをしてるだけで卒業できるような学校じゃないからね。
Yeah, you can mess around with toys in the nurse office, okay?
けれどここなら言葉は通じるし、君の痛みを理解してくれる人間も多いというだけの話で、無条件に誰もが君に優しくしてくれるってわけじゃない。これまで君が常識として頭の中心に置いていた物差しがここでは通用しないことも多いだろう。そのことで苦しむこともあるかもしれない。どうするか、どうなりたいか決めるのは君だ。
It's all up to you, yes, Arisaka. All up to you. People typically dislike change, true, but change is always for the better, or for worse, depending on how you but you have to take the risk. Change is frightening. Without it though, you just stay the same forever. Like a dog chasing after its own tail, spinning on the spot. That's not a bad thing necessarily. That's life after all. If a bridge looks like it might crumble, you don't have to risk crossing it. You don't always need to choose the most treacherous path. You can always play it safe, you know, and stay in your comfort zone. But where's the fun in that, you know? It'll be boring. Life will be boring. As long as you don't cause other people any trouble, you can get along fine. Still, what if things were to change? If I'm ever going to change the way I live, now's my chance. Failing in life will kill you. Well, depends on what kind of failing in life you're talking about, but yeah, generally it doesn't kill you.
答えは決まったかね?
Okay, I guess looks like Harisaka has decided.
ここで働かせてください。
Alright, 働かせてください。
よし、では採用だ。
That's fast. 早っ。
空腹かね?
Aren't you being a little hasty? I bet Arisaka-san still has no idea what kind of work she'll be doing. Sensei, for a start.
そんなものこれから知ればいいことじゃないか。有坂くん、君には A 組を担任してもらおう。
Class A. Let me guess, that's Haruto's class, right?
はい。A 組何年生ですか？
A 組には学年はないよ。A 組はソードを集めたクラスだからね。
Sodo? What's Sodo?
ソードですか？
Yeah, kind of strange because that's S-O-R-D and it's pronounced as sword. But then again, sword and this sword also sounds kind of the same too.
葵から説明はされなかったのかね?
Oh, he didn't? I didn't know how much I was allowed to tell her. Oh, you mean, okay.
気の利かない男だな。聞いたら後戻りできないところまで話してしまえば、彼女もこんなに悩まなかっただろうに。
Ah, I told you, that would be reckless.
いいんだよ。女って生き物は悩むぐらいなら強引に手をつかまれて引きずられた方がマシなんだ。
Oh, you
特に有坂くんのような性格の子はね。
Oh, you mean like women like to be led? You know, led by men? No, not by men, but you get what I mean. At least let her choose her work. It's a constitutional right, you know. Oh, okay, I think here English word, it puts constitutional right, but here actually there's something else. You can see 22, so I guess it's something like rule number 22, page 1. Yeah.
笑わせるな。歯に挟まった先以下のごとく法律の隙間に挟まっている我々がどの口で法律を語るというのか。
Jerky stuck in Lady Justice teeth, okay.
それでソードというのは。
Yeah, Sodo は
おお、すまんすまん。まあなんだ、うちの学園というのは先刻説明したように SARS の下請けで人材を育成する組織だ。
Yes.
多様な現場で多目的に活動できる人材を日々育成し、日本づくりは人材づくりからと言わんばかりに研究を重ねているわけだ。
Oh, okay. Follow the precedent.
研究。そう。ここは人材の研究室でもある。そして研究室というものは世に出る前の高等技術の試験場でもある。我々があらゆる手段で育成した人材が実際に現場でどのような効果をもたらすのか、実際に現場に送り出して試験することもある。つまり A 組とは実際に現場に出て実践経験を重ねる段階にある学生が在籍するクラスということだね。
So those four girls that we met at the beginning of this visual novel, I guess those four belong to Class A.
そしてそれら実践派学生を我々は他の学生と区別するためにソードというグループに分け、簡易的ではあるものの法執行機関内でのみ通用する階級も与えている。
Equivalent rank. Yeah, I understand it's a bit too much to digest, Arisaka, but yeah. Sorry, the principal can be a bit of a motomouth, and that long explanation never really got to the crux of the matter, did it?
だったら君が説明したらどうなんだ?
Basically, just think of the Class A students as interns when it comes to fieldwork.
はい、それならなんとなくイメージがしやすいです。
Yeah, you see, Haruto does it, explains it best, just straight to the point. People usually imagine an actress sword when they hear the name, but it's spelled S-O-R-D without the W. That stands for Social Ops Research and Development. It basically means that we take on private sector contracts as a means of providing practical training in intelligence work. We're a private organization centered around both research into and the practical application of different operational strategies. Yeah, it's still a bit too hard to understand, but it's okay.
ほれ見ろ。君が説明したってやっぱりピンときてないではないか。
Shut up. Anyway, just remember that class is the worst of the bunch here at the academy.
そのクラスで私は何を教えれば
Well, besides the normal lessons, I guess. Field work?
何？実技や実習は私たち本職が教える。君には一般教科と学生の精神衛生管理を担当してもらいたい。
Okay, so it's just as a teacher.
精神衛生管理ですか？
何せ多感な時期の学生だ。股から血が止まらないって学生がいたら、それは病気じゃないのよって教えてあげたり。私もう無理。いっそ死んで楽になりたい。って悩んでる子がいたら、死ぬのは無責任ですよって教えてあげるのが仕事かな。
Okay, from offing themselves.
おい、私は今そんな難しいことを言ったか？
I think this translation is not exactly correct, but because here it says muzukashi, which means like difficult, so probably something like, hey, did I say something that's too hard to understand or something like that? Yeah. I think she's just a little shocked, dumbfounded.
まあとにかくだ。繊細な思春期の子たちの心の支えになるのも教師の立派な仕事ではないかな。
Commendable things.
わかったのなら早速教室へ向かいたまえ。
Okay,
今からですか？
Yeah, you start this right this instant.
いきなり授業を開始しろとは言わんよ。だがこれから自分の教え子になる学生たちの顔を見ておくといい。
Yeah, introduce yourself,
はい。この青いハルトは A 組のクラス委員だ。詳しいことは彼に説明してもらうといい。
Yep, so he belongs to class A.
はい。
Alright.
青い、あとは任せてもいいか？
You got it.
ならもう出ていけ。私はもう限界だ。タバコを吸わせろ。
Okay, then I'll show you to the classroom.
はい。では失礼します。